And welcome to the Van Wezel. I'm Mary Bensel, the Executive Director here at the beautiful, beautiful Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. And how are you, Miss Mays?
I am doing great, thank you.
Yeah,
Good
we're
to be
happy.
back again. We're holiday-ish now,
We are
right?
very holiday.
Oh, yes.
And we're also thrilled our new patio is finally open for dining, and it turned out beautifully. The sails were gorgeous. They really look like, I got a letter from a lady that lives over in a condominium, and she's like, it makes the Van Wezel look modern, and the sails reflect what the hall looks like, you know, the architecture.
It is. It's beautiful. And of course, I initiated it the first day it was open.
Oh yes, you were out there at the fire pit.
I watched the sunset at the fire pit with my lovely glass of wine.
There you go.
Facebooked the sunset.
Oh, good for you. Yeah. But you know, we have a fire pit out there and comfortable furniture. You can come and have cocktails, you can have dinner out there. And right now, it's only open on show days. However, we are working on a plan with Madison's to have it open for cocktails on non-show days, as well as having lunch. And of course, what could be more perfect? There's parking, plenty of parking, and the view. You don't get this view very many places in Sarasota.
Not at all. And a big piece of the view.
Oh, I know, and it's special because we also have a piers out there and a walkway, and it's just lovely outside. Yeah. And so we're really thrilled about that. And coming up shortly, we've purchased a cow, and we're not a real cow.
Mary has purchased a cow.
No, the city of Sarasota has purchased a cow, and the students at Booker Middle are right now painting our purple cow. And because we're getting in on the joke, everybody's called us the Purple Cow forever, and they've done a real theatrical design, and I can't wait to see it finished. So
yeah, it's going to be exciting, I think. I thought it was really a great idea to have the kids paint it.
Yeah, and so but the patio is open, and I'm so excited, and everybody is thrilled with it. And the other nice thing is we can light up the sails. Different colors on the inside with lights at night.
Sort of like we do at the theater.
Yeah, and we also rent the patios. The Sarasota Orchestra ushered that in, and they were having a barbecue for their musicians and staff and their new music director and out on a Sunday, and they said it was fabulous and
that is
great fun.
I think it's such a great asset.
It is, because we have this beautiful waterfront and we need to use it.
Yeah.
But anyway, on to the shows.
On to the shows.
And of course, the first one is probably one of my favorite performers we're having all year, Yanni.
Probably one of our best, yours and I both.
Because last time he was here, the wall shook from the audience screaming, and it was like we had the Beatles in 1964, and so many encores. And his show is called World Without Borders, and it's here on December 1st at 7 o'clock. There's still some tickets available, and I really recommend it. This is going to be one of the highlights of the season. And then we have 50 Shades the Musical, totally different concept.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we had it last year. It was hilarious.
It was, and we had quite the diverse audience.
Yes, we had
young, middle, older,
old, young, and
everything.
of course this is not a show recommended for anybody under 18, and certainly, and if you're a little under 18 with a parent coming with you. But this is, of course, a parody on the book, which of course has made so much news because of the new, about the movie and who's going to star in it.
Right.
And of course our Christian Grey is about the antithesis of Christian Grey you could ever see. And it's a musical, and that is on December the 2nd. Grab your girlfriends. And if your husbands are really brave, grab them too.
We had a lot of husbands and boyfriends in the last time.
And they had a good time too.
They had a blast.
And so then we move, it's so strange. Oh, let's look at a piece of 50 Shades of Grey.
Knowing wrong from right, doing everything I oughta. It was also black and white. But here's a big decision that I have made. Wanna open my eyes and see all 50 shades. 50 shades. You know you gotta see them now. 50 shades.
Isn't that funny?
It is hilarious.
And then of course we flip again, and then hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
I could sing the whole score.
I know.
And you wouldn't want me to.
No.
But Sally Struthers is coming to do it that you would want her to. And she is amazing in this show. It is one of the great, of course, Barbara Streisand played it on Broadway. I presented it with Carol Channing at least 150,000 times. And you know, Carol, it was funny, Carol in the old days, her husband used to sit in the second row and he'd stand up and start a standing ovation. But it's the kind of the show that
Well, I think you and I presented it down at the Barbara Mann Hall, almost one of the last times she performed.
Yeah, and I presented it in Philadelphia, and she just loves that show. But, you know, someone had to take over, and of course Pearl Bailey has done Hello, Dolly, Barbara Streisand did the movie, and now we have, of course, Sally Struthers, famous from All in the Family.
I heard they've modernized it a bit.
Oh, good. Yeah. Let's look a little at it. Let's look at a little bit of it.
Hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Dolly. We can tell, Dolly. You're still glowing.
And that show is here for 2 nights, folks. There's lots of great tickets, good for the entire family, here December the 3rd and the 4th. And how do you get tickets to see our shows, Jules?
Well, you can come down to the box office, which they always love to see our patrons. You can call on the phone by 953-3368, or you can go to vanwezel.org. And please make sure you go to vanwezel.org and not another.
Don't go to another site, because these secondary ticket people up the ticket prices, and you will be very disappointed because you'll pay double.
We have no control over those.
I mean, I remember Jerry Seinfeld tickets, you know, that were in the $80 range going for $1,700. You don't want to do that. And then we have another totally different thing, Cheap Trick. And Cheap Trick had a jaw-dropping 40 gold and platinum albums. They just are one of the great rock and roll bands of all time. I want you to want me. Now you want to know why we want Cheap Trick to sing these songs. Surrender, The Flame. That is on December is it December the 4th, Julia?
I thought it was December the 5th.
Okay, December, absolutely. Otherwise, they would be sharing the stage with Hello, Dolly. And Cheap Trick and Hello, Dolly would not really go well together, folks. You are absolutely right. And then, of course, we have one of my favorite performers, Micheal McDonald. And I have an album.
He's just
he has a show called, the show is called This Christmas. I own the album, folks. It is great. He is good looking. He's also going to sing his hits and holiday hits.
And he has a lot of them.
And he's a 5-time Grammy winner, and he is on December the 10th. We are not putting him in Hello, Dolly either. No.
Did you know that he started with singing backup for Steely Dan?
I did not.
Way back when, before the Doobie Brothers.
Wow, wow. But Micheal McDonald is someone that I have wanted to bring to the Van Wezel for a long time, and we're excited about it. And then we have Under the Street Lamp on December the 11th, and these guys were in the Jersey Boys. They weren't in the original show, but they were some of the other actors that replaced the original leads. And they are singing music from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I have friends have seen this show. It's amazing. It's fun. It's fun, and you're going to hear all your favorite hits. And then we go, this is a show I talk about. I like all of our shows. I mean, I book them, so, you know,
but this is going to be one of my favorites, because one of my favorites men is also in this show.
Michael Amante, I'm assuming you're talking about. This is the New York Tenors Christmas show, and it's 3 tenors. And Michael Amante, any show he's on, and if he's on multiple bill, he stops the audience. He has a voice. He sings Pavarotti.
Voice is unbelievable.
And he's gorgeous. And you know, we always like to point out the really good-looking guys, you know, and also.
Well, it's nice that they're good-looking. The fact that they can sing is really exciting.
And then he's joined by Andy Cooney, Daniel Rodriguez. They're going to sing Broadway. They're going to sing Christmas. They're going to sing opera, and they're going to be at the Van Wezel, and so will we be.
So will we.
And we will be back in just a few minutes with a very special guest.
Yes.
Did you know City of Sarasota drinking water is very safe? Tested every 2 hours. Delivered right to your house. Much more affordable than bottled water. Environmentally friendly. And it tastes good. City of Sarasota water. Safe, affordable, environmentally friendly.
And welcome back to At the Van Wezel. As I said, we have a really special guest with us. And John Ganley is the general manager of Cosimos, but they are one of our great sponsors. And this year we have a new program because we have a new ticketing system where you can actually print your tickets at home, which is really something the airlines kind of debuted. And now lots of Broadway shows do that. So we want to welcome you and thank you for your support of the Van Wezel.
Thank you for having me.
So John, you have been in so many restaurants across the country. In fact, our paths may have crossed in Philadelphia at one point. Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I had been living in Philadelphia and working for a couple of different restaurant chains in Philadelphia in 1997. A gentleman by the name of Cosimo DeBrizzi approached me to do a restaurant together in Philadelphia. So
where were you going to do it? South Philly, or?
We looked in several different neighborhoods. We looked in City Line Avenue area. We looked in Chestnut Hill. We looked in Manayunk.
Oh my gosh!
Looked in South Philly, South Street area, Old City, and every location that we liked seemed to fall through within the next 24 hours.
So then why Sarasota? Philadelphia, Sarasota, other than you and I don't know what the connection would be, you know?
Well, it's a funny story. So Cosimo says to me, well, we're also looking at Sarasota, Florida. What do you think about that? And I said, where the heck is Sarasota, Florida? I
knew where it was.
I had never been to the west coast of Florida in my life. He said, well, go down there and check it out. Tell me what you think. So I came down here in August of '97. Because everybody told me how hot it would be, and I found out it was just as hot in Philadelphia in the summer as it is here in Florida in the summer. And of course I loved what I saw. I fell in love with the area. I loved the beach. I loved to golf, and decided that Sarasota would be the right move for us.
And I came to Florida in 1996, so we just seem to be following each other. First, I went to Fort Myers before I came to Sarasota, but you've really enjoyed living here with your family?
Oh, we love it here. You know, it's such a great place to raise a family. The community has been very supportive of our ventures, and you know, we truly believe in giving back to the community. We have various programs in place at the restaurant.
I know you have Cosimos for a Cause.
Cosimos for a Cause is our biggest community event, where we partner up with a nonprofit or a school, and we host them in the restaurant for an evening and give back a pretty generous portion of our proceeds for the night.
That's fantastic, but tell our viewers a little bit about the restaurant. Where are you located? What's your menu like? Do you need reservations? That sort of thing.
Okay. Well, the restaurant is located at the corner of Clark and Honore. It's about a mile west of I-75, and we've been in that location since March of 2013. Our menu, we've always described our menu as New World Italian with a multicultural twist. And what does all that mean? That means that we do some traditional Italian items, and then we take some other traditional Italian items and put a little bit of a different spin on it. Of course, you can come in and have spaghetti and meatballs if you'd like. But then we do other pastas with some Asian
do you do pizzas as well? And
some French influenced sauces. A lot of people really, really like our brick oven pizza. It's a wood burning oven. We cook only with wood for the pizzas. It has a very unique flavor, and that's probably our most popular items.
I would say, you know, having been to Italy, having pizza from a wood burning, it's such a different experience.
It's a completely different flavor. Of course, we also have gas ovens that we make the American version of pizza, but it's funny you mentioned that being to Italy. Somebody was in the restaurant the other day and said, we just got back from Naples, and this is very, very close to what we just had in Naples last week. So I consider that to be a great compliment.
And of course you mean Naples, Italy, not Naples,
not
Florida.
Not Naples, Florida. and that's exactly what I said. I said Florida, and he didn't quite share our sense of humor.
He didn't quite get that?
No.
But you were also a member of Sarasota Originals. What's that mean?
Sarasota Manatee Originals was started, gosh, probably about 7 or 8 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer now. And it is a group of locally owned and operated restaurants. Originally, it was put together to try to level the playing field between an individual owner-operator like we are
And a chain.
versus a chain of restaurants where a chain may have, or not may, but does have a tremendous amount of buying power, tremendous marketing budgets.
Right,
and,
right.
And in an area where, like this, where there's so many people coming in from all over, just that name recognition that Cosimos does not
I
have.
think it's a lovely designation. And how do people, do they need reservations? And do you have a website that people can go to and see menus and things like that?
We do have the website, it's cosimos.net.
You should spell Cosimos so
Okay,
that.
and that's COSIMOS.net. Reservations are not required, but for large parties, I would recommend them, especially in season. Large parties, that being over 6.
Do you have a full bar? And
We do have a full bar. We have a very nice boutique wine list of about 60 or 70 bottles. We have some very interesting promotions going on regarding the wine list right now. Every Wednesday, it's Wine Wednesday, and it's 50% off all bottles of wine.
we'll be there.
Okay. Back to the originals, though, if I could just go back to that for a minute. That was the original intent, was to get on the same level playing field, and it's kind of morphed into more of an organization where instead of being in competition with each other, all of us independent restaurateurs that is, we share ideas, we share resources, we share staffing, we share equipment, we purchase together, we market together, we
that's
do
a great
community events
concept.
together. So it really has turned into something that I think is very beneficial for the businesses and for the Sarasota community.
Well, we are glad that you are in our community, and we wish you great success. And again, want to thank you so much for being such a supporter of the Van Wezel, and I hope all of our patrons go out there and taste some fabulous pasta and pizza.
I totally agree. It's a great place to come before or after a show.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, we'll be back in just a minute.
Make sure you're watering your lawn on the proper day. In the city of Sarasota, residents with an odd house number, those ending with 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, are allowed to irrigate on Thursdays. Residents with an even house number, 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, can water on Tuesdays. For more information, call the City of Sarasota Public Works Department at 955-2325 or visit sarasotagov.com.
And welcome back to At the Van Wezel. Somebody just said our last guest, John, looked like Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Did you think so?
I did right away. Well, I thought he looked familiar.
I guess
and of
it's
course,
when-
you know me.
When you launched into The Sound of Music, that's when I knew you were like over the top.
I did?
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
I was heading off with the children to the hills.
I gotcha.
You know? But anyway, we're here to talk about our holiday shows here at the Van Wezel, and we always have a good time.
I know.
That's what people stop us on the street and they're like, "You're the TV lady. You girls have so much fun," and we do have fun
We
here
do
at the
have
Van
fun.
Wezel because that's what we do. We make fun, you know, and sometimes its subject matter is serious, but more often it makes
fun.
you happy.
It's entertainment.
And we have one of the greatest, I would say, world music groups coming to see us. They've been here years ago. They were always a sellout. The Hungarian State Folk Ensemble, the costumes, there's hundreds and hundreds of costumes and dancers. And they are known as the greatest folkloric dance ensemble in the world, and they bring with them a gypsy orchestra. And this is really a show the whole family would enjoy. And that would be on Friday, December the 13th.
It's very
and
unique.
It would be a great break from that holiday season.
Yeah.
You know, get out of the.
Get out of your comfort zone.
I don't want to
again.
say to people, get out of the malls or get off of your phones or your iPads, but it's time to spend some time together and come here as a family to the theater.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if she's my favorite or one of my favorites, but Bernadette Peters, the great American, she is so great on Broadway. She's one of America's greatest Broadway stars ever. And she
reminds me of a live little walking doll.
She does look like
a little porcelain doll.
And she is so gorgeous, and her skin, and you know, she just was on Broadway in a show that Wynton Marsalis, another one of our performers, was involved with. But Bernadette is coming. She's singing all of her fabulous hits. She sings Rodgers and Hammerstein, Stephen Sondheim. She has a full orchestra. It's really lush.
It's going to be exciting.
And Bernadette is just one of the nicest people we've ever met. And that's December the 15th. And, you know, she always makes you happy when she's here at the hall.
And every once in a while she has these little cutesy little laugh at things.
Oh, and then she wears the most sexy gowns. So for you men, we keep talking about the good-looking men, but this is a gorgeous woman. And then she does something really special. She's involved with something called Broadway Barks, and she really helps find homes for dogs.
She literally gets down in the trenches and works with the dogs.
She does,
also.
And she has a book about a dog, and she's just one of the nicest people in the Broadway industry. And she's Broadway royalty, I will say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we have a show that they also say is great for families. It's Christmas in Ireland. And Christmas in Ireland, I've been to Ireland twice, and Ireland is one of the most, you know, we just had Celtic Thunder here, and Ireland performers, the Irish there's just something about them. The Celtic music, it's haunting, and it's lively sometimes, and it just brings you into the mood of the holidays. And this cast, I think, is going to be amazing. And they say this is a show the families really would enjoy. And the tickets are reasonable.
All ages.
And it's aren't you also, it has something to do with Toys for Tots?
Yes, and I was going to, yes, I can interject that right now, because it would be great. We have Toys for Tots, it runs till December 22nd. And we have some special coupons that you could look for if you donate a toy or several toys.
To make somebody's Christmas.
Absolutely, and we have coupons for $5 off of a show, two shows, 15% off of our gift shop items, exclusive of jewelry. So bring a toy to any one of the Toys for Tots locations, and we'll have coupons there for everybody.
Yeah, and I think that's special. We just finished up with the Mayor's Feed the Hungry campaign.
Did very well with that.
And, you know, you just have to think back, you know, how lucky we are, and to share that with, and especially, I mean, the thought to me of a child waking up on Christmas morning or Hanukkah morning or whatever the holiday you celebrate is just beyond belief. You know, we need to make sure
make
those
their Christmas
dreams,
fun.
Make their Christmas dreams or their Hanukkah dreams. It doesn't matter what religious affiliation you are. Make a child happy, and that's something that's great. So Danu, Christmas in Ireland, that is here, and it is going to be really, really special. And then we have Jazz at Lincoln Center with Wynton Marsalis.
Yes,
He is. He's a star of music, you know, and they are playing all sorts of things. They're playing Broadway music. They're also playing things like Dizzy Gillespie, Duke Ellington, Count Basie. They are known as the best big band in the entire world.
Yes.
And you like that music. Who's going to be the guest host?
Cecile McLaurin-Salvant, and she's excellent, and she's fun. She's vibrant. I really like her a lot.
And Lincoln Center is an amazing place. If you haven't been to New York, you should go there, especially at the holidays. You know, it's where the Met is, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah,
and
is
this
gorgeous.
is the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra, and you wouldn't want to miss it. And because they don't come on tour every year,
No.
and so this is your chance to take care of that and see them. We have another group here in Sarasota that we're all very proud of, the Sarasota Ballet. And last year they debuted a fabulous John Ringling Nutcracker for the circus world.
And they're coming back.
They're coming back, and they've got 3 shows, and they're here December 20th and 21st. And I was lucky enough to see it last year. Gorgeous costumes, and the whole theme is that Clara runs away, not, you know, to the Sugarland Fairyland. She runs away to the circus.
To the circus.
And they do a brilliant production. And I always felt that Christmas isn't Christmas unless I see a Nutcracker and I go to a Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And luckily here at the Van
Yep.
Wezel, we have 2, and we have 2 Nutcrackers and a Christmas Carol.
There you
So we take care of that for you. And this is for the whole family. Last year, I can remember all these little girls dressed up in sugar plum fairy tutus,
Oh, that was adorable.
or their Christmas dresses.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, or their Hanukkah outfits. It was just really, really special. And then we have a Christmas Carol.
Yep.
And we were just talking about this. And this is my favorite Christmas Carol version that's out there today. It's done by the Nebraska Theater Caravan. There's music in the show. It's a play with music.
And we've brought it back. You've brought
Oh,
it back
it's-
every year because people really were so excited a couple years ago when we brought that in.
Well, we didn't bring it one year, and
Yeah.
people, I got letters from people, and
this is a special one because in Nebraska Theater, they do a fabulous
And of
job.
course, it's a story for those who would not know A Christmas Carol, but it's a story of Ebenezer Scrooge and Tiny Tim and all of the messages it puts forth,
Yeah.
and the ghosts of Christmas past and future, and Jacob Marley. And it just makes you feel in the Christmas mood. So you've got to come out and see that. And then, like we said, if one Nutcracker wasn't enough, we've got the
version.
circus one, and then we have the Great Russian Nutcracker, the Moscow Ballet. And this is the traditional one. And it is beautiful. I've seen this as well. And, you know,
And that's on December 29th.
29th. So if it's a, you know, which kind of version you want to see, or if one date is
See
better
both.
than
I
the
think
other.
you should see both.
I have seen both.
Let
And
the kids make a comparison. That would be fun.
And I'll try to watch a Nutcracker on, they still play the ones, with Baryshnikov dancing as the prince, but it's not the same on television as watching it live.
No.
It doesn't have the same feel. And the nice thing about the Sarasota Nutcracker one is the Sarasota Orchestra is performing in the pit.
That's
so
right. And
live
that'll be
music on
exciting.
that one. So that adds a little extra special thing. Now we have a few shows coming up that really round out the holiday season. On New Year's Eve, Paul Madison is having a fabulous New Year's Eve party in the Grand Foyer and out on the new terrace, on the
Yep.
Sunset Terrace. We have Ron White on January 2nd. Sad to say, unless he releases a couple of company seats, that
Yeah.
show is sold out.
It is sold out.
Salute to Vienna is on January 3rd. That's traditional. They have a new PBS special. It's going to be spectacular. B.B. King, folks, there are still tickets for B.B. King on January the 4th, and on January the 5th, the Preservation Hall Jazz Band.
Yes,
Quickly,
January
Julia,
5th.
how do you get those tickets?
953-3368 or vanwezel.org, or come on down to the box office.
That's right. So make your holiday
And
season
donate a toy.
one with that of live entertainment. It makes it all the much better. So happy holidays, everybody, and we'll see you in the new year.